efforts and assist over 2 million people who are currently facing starvation across 10 counties. Rozongoi gives us that story.
Herds of cows, goats, sheep and donkeys are scattered everywhere. This is the situation in many parts of Tana River County as families continue to grapple with the death of their animals as a result of the drought. Villages are filled with choking odor. Mass death of livestock began last month, but the average daily loss of animals has risen in the last 2 weeks as crucial water sources dried up. According to the residents, the number of dead livestock could be more as some of the herders have returned home empty-handed from the 390-kilometer walk from Waldena to Lamu in search of pasture.
Tulikuwa tunatafuta manyasi, maji nayo ni daba. Sasa zilishindwa kutembea tukazileta hapa. Naona mingi zimekufa, zilikuwa over 30. Sasa zimebaki tu only 15 ama 16 hapo tu. Hata kuna moja iko hapo tu hata leo asubuhi imeshindwa kuamka.
Women are forced to trek for long distances in search of water for domestic use. The drought situation, which has affected over 2 million people from 10 counties, is worsening in northern Kenya. And now, President Uhuru Kenyatta declared the drought a national disaster. The head of state has also instructed the National Treasury and the Ministry of Interior to spearhead government efforts to assist affected households, including water and relief food distribution, as well as livestock uptake. The decision follows today's meeting between the head of state and leaders from the drought-stricken northern Kenya. To cushion the affected families, Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa says the national government has so far released over 1 billion shillings to mitigate the drought.
The government is expanding the hunger safety net program to 4 other counties, including this county of Garissa, and we will also be expanding it to Tana River. We will also be expanding this program to Isiolo and Samburu. Of the 10 counties affected, these 4 that I've mentioned are actually quite affected also. In the next 2 weeks, I will also be releasing another 558 million shillings.
Experts predict the situation could stabilize from October only if the short rain season will bring adequate rainfall. Rozongoi, NTV.
The sad situation of drought, of course, across the country, very grim figures there with 2 million people facing starvation across the country. And that's why the president had to make this move to declare drought a national disaster. If we can move now to the neighboring, West Africa, where the West African regional main bloc, that is ECOWAS, has suspended the membership of Guinea following Sunday's military coup, where, of course, the president Alpha Conde was suspended. During an extraordinary summit on Wednesday, leaders from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, demanded a return to constitutional order and the immediate release of Conde, who was arrested by special forces led by Lieutenant Colonel Mamadou Doumbouya on Sunday. The bloc's decision comes after the coup sparked broad diplomatic condemnation, but was also met by jubilation in some parts of the capital, Conakry, where residents turned out in large numbers to celebrate and applaud the soldiers passing by the streets. He was deposed as President Conde had come under increasing attacks for perceived authoritarianism, and with dozens of opposition activists arrested after a violent and disputed election last year. Back in East Africa, the United Nations has denied claims that Tigrayan rebels were holding up in refugee camps in Sudan after Ethiopian officials said the fighters had been caught with refugee ID cards. Tens of thousands of refugees have streamed across the border into Sudan since war broke out 10 months ago in Ethiopia's northernmost Tigray region, exacerbating tensions between the two Horn of Africa nations.
Ethiopian officials have claimed that TPLF fighters crossed from Sudan to Ethiopia, carrying IDs issued by the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR. According to its foreign ministry, the TPLF has tried to expand conflict by entering Benishangul Gumuz and Amhara regions, crossing the long Sudanese border. The government has assured the country that all of its attempts to these areas have proven futile, but new evidence has surfaced. They also claim that some TPLF soldiers infiltrating from the Sudanese side have been captured carrying UNHCR ID cards. In their statement to reporters, the UNHCR says since the onset of the refugee influx, measures were put in place at border entry points and all identified armed elements seeking refuge have been disarmed and separated from the civilian population. Relations between Khartoum and Addis Ababa are frosty, with the two countries at odds over the Tigray conflict, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam on the Blue Nile, and Ethiopian farmers' use of a fertile border region claimed by Sudan. Meanwhile, PM Abiy's government and the TPLF continue to trade blame over the alarming humanitarian situation in the northern of Ethiopia. The UN says the fighting in Tigray has pushed 400,000 people into famine-like conditions. According to Tigrayan leaders, 150 people died of starvation in August and warned that 1 million are at risk of fatal famine if they are prohibited from receiving life-saving aid within the next few days, though those figures could not be independently verified. The World Food Programme hailed the recent arrival of more than 100 trucks carrying food and other aid, the first such convoy to arrive in 2 weeks.
Right, let's now get you started with our conversation of the day. I promised you that we have a fantastic conversation. We are talking about the business of comedy in 2021, especially when COVID-19 is still with us. Theaters and comedy events are still barred. And what has happened? How have our comedians been surviving? When is the last time you went to a comedy event? And that's what we want to talk about this morning. But we want you to be part of this conversation by tweeting us at NTV Kenyan at Victor Kiprop _ Our question of the day this morning, we ask you, do you think the business of comedy is still as lucrative as it were before COVID-19? Do you think the business of comedy is still as lucrative as it were before COVID-19? You can send your feedback on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. On Twitter, make sure you use the hashtag #NewNormal. If you want to call in, we'll have some numbers below your screen in a short while so that you can call in and be part of this conversation. But for the moment, allow me to introduce the people who are helping us with this discussion this morning. Joining me in studio, Jaymo Msee. Karibu sana.
Asante.
All right, also joining me in studio this morning is MC Ashy himself. Karibu sana. And we'll also be joined just shortly by Shorn Arwa. She's also a comedian, because who best to talk to us about the comedy industry than the people themselves. And Jaymo, wacha tuanze tu hapa. I'm definitely very much interested to hear what you have to say about how COVID has affected this industry over the last 1 year. But kabla tufike tu hapo, when I told someone I'm hosting this show this morning, and the first question they asked me was, if I'm very funny, kama mimi huwa nachekeshanga watu kwa darasa, can I be a comedian?
You see, there is you making people happy. You know, there are two things, and him actually is you are a stand-up comedian, right? I can tell you, there's a difference between making people happy and making people laugh.
Yes.
And then
making people happy is for buying drinks.
And then once you make people laugh, how do you package it to be consistent? Unajua unaweza tuchekesha kwa hii bash, ati hiyo ingine utake kurudia zile mistari tena na tena. So it's something that you have to learn, like how do I package it? How do I consistently do it? How do people now start following me or become your fans because of what you do every day? So there's a chance for everyone because of social media now. You understand, showcase their talents. Unajua kitambo ilikuwa lazima uingie audition mahali tena uweke kwa kipindi nini, but
jamaa fulani aamue kama wewe ni mfani or not.
Yes. But now you can just put anything, whatever you have, then Wanjiko aamue pale.
Wananchi wacha waamue.
Or are you not?
Actually, acha tu ni kwa allow respond to that briefly.
Okay, you know, there are many types of comedy. So kuna ile stand up yenye sasa mimi nilikuwa nafanya. Then kuna acting yenye uko na watu wawili watatu, then kuna ile situation unaenda tu peke yako like the Mr. Bean unafanya kitu inacheka.
So there are different types.
There are different types. So kama hii yetu ndio challenging sana kwa sababu hiyo ni stand up. Lazima you are doing in front of people. So lazima uwachekeshe na wacheke upate feedback hapo. Hii ingine una shoot maybe ka clip, una ka TikTok, YouTube nini, whether wamecheka.
And definitely Shorn is joining us briefly and she'll help us especially with that part of what you're shooting. But Jaymo, swali ile niko nayo ni again, hii kitu ni talent ama anaweza amua venye nataka kukua daktari niseme pia nataka kukua comedian. I research, I make sure that my jokes are the best and I become a top comedian. Ama hii kitu mtu uzaliwa comedian.
Hii kidogo lazima Mungu amekupatia kitu. Hii zile unajua hakuna mahali tunaenda shule. Si ni ukweli. There is no way you are going to school to learn how to make people laugh. So but of course there's element lazima ufanye research. Hata kabla utengeneze content lazima ujue what angle am I picking, what perspective, which issue am I addressing. Whether you are doing stand up or the short clips or you are doing it in a movie, you must have an angle. Huwezi amuka tu hivyo ati useme wacha mimi ni kue nachekesha watu. But I think someone can challenge themselves. Yes. But
naweza amua nataka
kuchekesha watu wawili kwa bash then kesho utengeneza YouTube channel kidogo iko na kazi mingi other than attending parties. Yeah.
Okay. And Shorn is here with us looking very good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
We're asking ourselves if comedy and being a comedian is a talent that you're born with or it's something that you cultivate.
I think a little bit of both. There are people who are born naturally just funny, and there are people who grow and cultivate and become funny. Yeah, but either way, kama unachekesha watu, regardless.
So it has to be both?
Yeah, a little bit. There are people who are both born and they cultivated with time, and there are people who are just born peke yake without.
So are we saying, can anyone be a comedian?
But I think your cultivation is unakuanga nayo but you are shy.
Yeah.
Then you get to a certain age, then now you come out. You start expressing yourself because everybody, I believe everyone, no, not everyone has a sense of humor. I think let's agree on that point. Yeah. you have met many people. But ni talanta. Wacha tuseme ni talent. Unajua huko hatujakuwa na hizo shule sasa za kustudy. I think abroad siko you can learn like how to make people laugh. But you see even some of the best people in the world who are maybe actually funny, their shows most of them are scripted nini. So na yana unajua kuna watu wanafanya good presentation but they cannot create. So you find they have a team of creators na nini. But sasa hapa kwetu juu ni developing economy unapata unaandika
wewe ndio director nini kila kitu wako.
Unajiakia light pale na unajishoot and people consume.
Jaymo, the reason nime insist na hii swali ya kama mimi naweza amka leo niache job niseme nataka kukua mtu anachekesha watu because hata wewe uliwahi fanya kazi hapo.
Yes, but you see that's the difference of developed countries and developing countries. For a year you have to do something to discover yourself. If it was paying, tungeanza mapema, si ndio? But now lazima sasa ujipange hata kabla hata ianze kulipa ama before something comes you must have something that you are doing even to support that hustle of yours sasa ndio what you want it to be.
Na umeleta swali nzuri sana Ashy because I mean kuna msi anaona hii conversations probably they are in half term, they are in high school ama ni aje ameamua mimi nataka kuwa comedian. But the nature of our industry as Jaymo says is at a certain level it's not rewarding. Hata kama unapiga comedy lazima ukuwe na kitu inalipa rent mahali.
So unajua hakuna kitu kingine serious kama comedy. Comedy si jokes too. It's something serious.
No, it's true.
Hiyo ni kitu moja.
So comedy is no joke.
No, it's no joke.
So naona mimi ni funny bro.
Sasa so me nilianza tu kuchekesha watu tu kidogo tu nikiwa primary nikakuja secondary. Sasa nikajua mimi ni mfani. Acha nikuje audition za church show. Niambiwa waite hapana. Bando. So there is a way you package yourself. Kwanza you analyze the audience. Unataka mconnect. Mimi nasemanga tu lazima ubebe audience ufala. Yaani wasielewe tu juu wale watu wamekuja kucheka. So unawacheza tu na psychology like most of my content ni ya kucheza tu na psychology ya watu. Yani ile kitu hawezi expect, wanaona hii ni ufara tu. So lazima upackage, ujue audience yako. Kuna zile nimeenda nimechekesha mbaya. Kuna zingine tu nimeenda tu nimeambiwa wewe toka hapo bwana. So it's something very serious.
I'm very much interested in that part. Ushai fikiria joke alafu unajua hii joke ni kali. Alafu pale mbele unasema na wasee wanakuangalia.
Nimechekesha hadi the panel wameanguka huko. Ilikuwa Kisumu. So mimi nimeenda nimeiaminia hiyo joke. Nimeipiga. Watu wameangalia hivi, wameniangalia nikashindwa. Kwani si ilichekesha? Karibu niwaambie hii joke kwa chekeni bwana, ilichekesha sana. So jamaa mmoja tu condense akaniambia wewe toka hapo bwana. Mimi nasema naambianga watu hata tukienda Kisumu saa hii naweza kuonyesha huyo mtu. Kwa sababu alifanya tu nikasahau kila kitu na nikatoka tu. So comedy si kitu rahisi. So ule anaweza taka kuwa comedian ni identify mimi nataka kuwa stand up na nataka kuwa wa TikTok, kwa YouTube. Hivyo tu.
Okay. Acha history ya discovery, acha niulize Shorn. Shorn, mimi nakujua kama mtu wa TikTok. As in every WhatsApp status nikiingia tu lazima tupatane. Na mimi si yuko hata TikTok, lakini you just find a way of getting to me. But TikTok is a 2020 thing.
Yeah.
Before TikTok ulikuwa comedian? Ulikuwa unafanya hizi vitu?
Hapana.
Okay.
Nilikuwa tu nachekesha watu wa nyumba. Yeah, I'll just make my family members laugh. But TikTok has really helped. Kwa sababu they are usually like 15 seconds. So it's easy to like really move and and like he said, it's easier if you identify and know una relate na kina nani, it's very easy.
But minus TikTok, Jaymo, minus hizi platforms za YouTube, because kitambo comedy ni kama ilikuwa kitu Ashy anapiga hiyo stand up. But kuna wase ambao ni wafani ambao wanadeserve kwa comedians but hawezi do well kwa stand up, but hizi platforms hazikuwa. Ni kumaanisha kuna wase wengi huko nje walikuwa locked out because of lack of opportunities.
Yes, but you see what I'll say that you know, as content creators you have to pick the opportunity whenever it presents itself. Kama venye anasema TikTok, like I follow her stories. I never used to know her, but it's true that. But you see, she chose a niche market yake mwenyewe. You understand? Your presentation might be different. Ndio ni watch mse ama ni watch huyu, lazima zote zikuwe tofauti. Problem ni ati ukianza kucopy, you cannot be that person because you never know what the other creative is thinking unless you understand their direction. But sahi, everybody has an opportunity to become who they want to be. Because you see, social media imeleta revolution ingine kali sana. You understand? You know, kitambo ingebidi huyu apackage hiyo kitu yake kujia drop hapa NTV and media zingine nini watu wengine hata waoni zingine zinaekwa chini. But now she's able to present something and then Kenyans can say wait, this somebody kuna kitu fulani anasema. So everyone has, even the question you're asking of if you want to do it. The problem is most people want to be so serious and plan it. Hii kitu ipandi tena kupangwa sana.
Aje bwana.
No, I'm serious. If tomorrow you feel the urge of doing a video, just do it. Put it out there.
But everyone is doing it, so I want to be different.
No. You see, now you see, of course, you lazima ufikirie mimi nataka kuifanya design gani. Ukishafikiria iweke pale. Wacha watu waseme hii kitu yako haiwezi. Au ungesema hivi. You see, you have to take criticism. Hata as a creative kuna ile video nafanyanga unajua hiyo ni kali. Ingine unajua ni average. True or not?
Yes, true.
As a creative you always know. Like for example, the anasema alienda Kisumu, hawa sawa kosa kucheka for example. Maybe if you went to Narok, people would have laughed.
Wangecheka.
Nairobi walicheka na kuambia.
You understand? Sometimes it's the context. So at every point lazima, if you want to address a burning issue that has come out of Mombasa, you have to localize it. You understand? The way you'll tell that story to a Mombasa person is not the way the same you tell that story to a Nyeri person. Unanielewa? Unless ni kitu universal. So there are three, kuna stages za kufikiria. The reason watu wengi ufail ni juu unataka tu kufanya kimalamala ama for the hype. You want to become, you think you'll make us laugh 2 days, you become a celebrity. Or you think antapiga tu video 5 wase wakinimezea nianze kutengeneza do.
Na umesema
that's not how it works.
Kitu mzuri sana kuhusu kwa celebrity, because before story ya social media, which I've seen has done very well, because kuna venye una record ni, I think Shorn can help us with this, but you just record something, sometimes it goes viral and we didn't know you yesterday and suddenly half of the country knows you today. And nakumbuka story ya huyu comedian alikuwa anaitwa is it Katelo? Yes. All of a sudden hata safari kutext anakuambia oya. But before then, hizi stories za social media, ulikuwa safari ni mrefu. It could take you 10 years to get where you are.
Yeah, but you see the world has become a digital village. We cannot compete. That's why for me at a movie vibaya kukeep. Let's discuss sahi imekuja. Unajua kitambo ilikuwa tu ni traditional media. Now we have another media that is even taking budgets from corporates that were meant for traditional media going to digital. You understand? That transition, nobody can fight it. Hiyo basi ilishaenda kitambo. So it's now for people to identify, do I want to be in this thing or not? Yeah.
Okay. Sawa, tutarudi kwa hii story baadaye. But let me go back to something about monetizing. Sababu sasa kuna stories za kukua mfani Ashy. Unaweza kuwa mfani kabisa. But naye ndio translate to do ni story tofauti kabisa.
Hiyo nayo saa mpaka Wakenya waikubali. So like unaweza fanya kitu leo ikuja kukusaidia 10 years. Unaona huyu msee wa Mr. Finya nitakufinya. Hiyo kitu alifanya very long time ago. Na sasa social media imefanya tu hao wasee imekuja kuwasaidia saa hii 10 years later. So mtu asifanya tu akijua hii kitu lazima nikulie kesho. So
mashida sasa in the expectation, because I am going into this thing nikijua mimi nimeamua kwa comedian na inafaa ilete do. Inafaa ijipe.
Hapo sasa uta give up the following day.
Yes. Hiyo hata say the next day you won't do anything. True or not?
It's very true. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Shorn, how long did it take you for your, because videos zako zilienda viral.
Yeah.
But before it translated to money, long did it take?
Almost 8 months.
Hey.
And you
8
know
months ya kurecord video unatoa wapi?
Una record, imagine you just record for the first video I did. I saw it everywhere. Akina Jalangul posted and I thought, oh my God, this is it. I'll go to interviews and I knew now sasa I'm supposed to cash out. Oh my God.
Mafans huko wacha wanajua wewe basi.
And then sasa inafika point you go back to reality. Unarudi kwako jioni. People are seeing you on TV but you don't have the money. Hauna hiyo do. Like wesi vile mtu anakuwa on the internet ana imagine huyu akona pesa, ako interviews and all that. Hauna hii pesa. Unakuwa
na wewe kwa matatu na umetrend siku mzima.
I'm telling you.
No, you need to drop that. You need to tell him. You need to drop that.
No, I'm saying this because it's something that I actually face myself every day. So you're on TV every morning, you interview akina. I mean, how many people know Jaymo right now? Wanajua nilikuwa na Jaymo, kesho nitakuwa na Director General wa Health. Alafu wanashanga Kiprop uko kwa matatu. Which is literally the pressure that comes with the society. So this question is actually very intentional with the pressure that comes.
The pressure is very huge. And if you're not careful, you can be depressed. And you can start living a life that you can't afford. And that's why you will realize that a lot of artists and celebrities are in debt and are dying. They're like, oh, I can't pay my rent. Unashtukia mtu ana come forward ati, oh, I can't pay my rent. I haven't been paying it for 6 months. Na tumekuwa tukikuwa na Churchill. You know, it's not making sense. But this is as a result of the pressure that is given to us by the society.
No, I think I want to differ kidogo tu and agree with you. Hiyo pressure si society upatia mtu.
Ni nani?
Hiyo pressure ni wewe mwenyewe. Do you know, allow me to prosecute this case. You see, I started making videos when I was living in a single room, for example. So, umefanya imeshika watu. You must be also a rational human being to know that before I get money, I cannot spend. When I get the money, you are still a normal Kenyan. Ni kama tu ule mtu mwingine analipwa 50,000, mwingine 100, mwingine 150. Akipo ile 150 ni yeye decide. Nitakunywa yote, nitaenda Mombasa, nitaenda Naivasha ama nitafanya nini? Si ni ukweli? It's only that mimi nikisota ama huyu akisota ama huyu mtajua sana because mnatuonaga sana na mnatujua. But basically kuna watu pia ufanya hizo mistakes with their money. You understand? But for artists, I always say it is us. The moment you decide whatever I wear will be dictated by the society. Whatever I drink will be dictated by society. Where I live. Wewe unajua ulikuwa una afford rent ya 15,000. Umeshika show mbili, unataka kwenda mahali ulipe 60,000. Unataka kuniambia ni society kweli bado inakwambia fanya hivyo?
Lakini
wait, let me finish. So, yes, of course, when the fame comes, sometimes it consumes you.
Yeah.
And you find some of us maybe don't have mentors or people who have told you like, this ikikuja inafaa ku happen. But hiyo kitu inakuanga tu ni sisi. Because anytime you go to a bar and you are paid, umelipwa show, umepiga show mahali ukalipwa 100,000. Na umeenda kwa bar, ukanunua mizinga hapo, ukachafua, ukatumia 50,000 for example. Okay, unataka kuniambia bado ni society. You understand what I'm saying? Ni sisi. Shida kubwa ni sisi.
Naona Ashy anataka kurespond.
So, wacha tu niwape scenario. For example, in Churchill show, tuseme carnival. So, audience inakuja, they are not around to see us before the show. Tumewekewa tu security mahali, backstage, TV iko hapo, chakula tunakula vizuri, umepiga show, but jioni unapitwa tu na ile audience yenye ilikuwa umefungiwa, msi interact, wao na drive na wewe tu unatembea mguu sasa mpaka hapo stage kuingia gari. So hiyo pressure, so unaona ni kama umelose value tu once. So lazima ujaribu kutafuta either kagari.
Yes.
Kitu kama hiyo.
But you know what I'm saying, it's a state of mind. If you are brave enough, it will not bother you. That's what I'm saying. Na lazima utoke kwa closet kabla unajua, acha nikwambie. Haina haja hii time yote tumepiga hii kazi. Then kesho muone nikiwekewa ka pay bill number. Watu watajiuliza, hapana, huyu jamaa pia amefanya. Unanielewa? Because these people know we make money. Whether you make 5,000 in a show, wewe cheza na ile show yako. Hiyo kitu ya kujificha hii na watu nafanya vitu zingine.
But again, not everyone is brave enough.
That's what I'm saying. You must be brave.
You know,
Shorn, let me ask you, because I mean, just respond, because
I'm saying not everybody is brave enough. And then when you're famous, yesterday no one knew you.
Yes.
And then today everyone knows you, and you have to live up to that at some point. And you know, not everybody is going to be like, okay, guys, listen, me, I stay in Githurai, I'm living in a one room and all that. With all this fame and with all this exposure, as a human being who might not be brave enough, you tend to feel like I have to live up to a particular standard.
Because hiyo wakati ministry ICT wanakupigia kama Jaymo anataka pia sijui nini, kuna watu wanataka Jaymo anataka kukuendorse sasa, kusign up maybe ukuje kwa comedy, what is it called, comedy group yake. Ashy hapa anataka kufanya contract na wewe, kuna corporate kubwa inakutafuta, unaanza kufeel venye wewe ni
sasa hiyo kitu ya kufura. I used to get into matatus. Nilikuwa naingia mata hapo for example zuri. Sasa hiyo video mzee zimepiga ma million views pale. Unaingia kwa mat unasikia mtu anakuuliza, kwani pia unapanda matatu? And for me, I've been rude to some people, but rude in a good way. I've been sarcastic to some people. Sometimes I laugh about it. Like what I'm saying is, waja nikuambie, mimi kitu, hii society ukiallow tu society kupump hivyo, you'll explode, you'll be big, then you'll be nobody.
Okay. Acha niulize swali Ashy, kwa sababu saa zingine pia kuna hizi stories kama kwa hii industry yetu, including what I do today. Sometimes I mean, ni kama growth, you're meant to believe that growth comes with some bit of ni kama showbiz na drama na you get what I'm trying to say. So una get ni kama tuseme ni Jaymo na Shorn. So Jaymo amepiga venye yeye ufanya tu, anapanda matatu yake, anakuja na deliver vizuri hivyo. And then Shorn hata hana hiyo gari, but ana haya Mercedes ya Ashy ndio show up. Alafu kesho unapata maybe blogs ambao ndio wataandika, ndio trend nini wameandika kuhusu Shorn, juu alikuwa amekuja na hiyo flamboyance na drama nini. Wewe umesaulika. So unapata wasio wanapata pressure ya kufanya vitu extra nini ndio waweze kusikika na kuongelewa.
But allow me to respond. That fake showbiz hizo vipindire lakini azilipi Kenya. Ni ukweli si ukweli? You know, majuu hiyo kitu ikifanywa ni sinema. Iko na mpaka sponsor, iko na financier, wanajua kwa nini wanataka kusetu mtu akae kama king. Wewe umehaya gari, show ulikuwa unalipwa so mbili. Umeenda ukachukua Mercedes ya huyu, umelipa 25,000. Masinema pale ndio uweke ile pesa yako, unapata labda nusu imeenda ukichezea sinema. Thinking that when you do that tomorrow you'll get a deal because you are seen by a Mercedes. Brands, for example, I would say our biggest chunk of advertisements come from brands. Browns hawajali kama huyu alikuja hapa na nduthi. Wanajali huyu akifanya video yake watu wangapi watanunua hiyo kitu wanataka kuuza. Si ni ukweli? Yeye akiuza apate pesa yake atakununua Mercedes, well and good. Taka Range Rover na nini na nini. But people who are making decisions right now in boardrooms are not making based on how this guy looks, how he arrived, whether he arrived here with a chopper or ama alikimbia. Ni huyu mtu tukimpatia kazi atadeliver.
Jaymo, niruhusu ni challenge once again, because I mean I don't like the way the society is set, because I mean for those people in the board to start considering you, it means Kenyans have to be talking about you. Sindio, Shorn? Yeah. Now before Kenyans start talking about you is now where my problem is, where people start to do easy, what you would call
you see scandals. Today if I want a scandal with her, tunaweza toka hapa tupange scandal sahi. Tutaingia hapa Java, we kiss, mujugwe picha, Jaymo, yes, and they are, you understand? Then itaingia kwa mtandao. Let me surprise you. Some of the big companies right now have tools that they use to measure your influence, not popularity. There's a difference between popularity and influence. Ukigeuza hizo vitu, ukijua tofauti hizo vitu mbili, now you'll understand what you really want to do in the business we are in. I think you have sealed. There are so many people who are popular, but they're not making money. True or not?
Very true.
There are people who are micro influencers. You'll even go upate mtu hata akona followers 20,000. Yeah. But the kind of content ile anaserve pale inapata an audience ya 40,000. You'll find there's a brand who just want those 40,000 of that person, and they'll pay enough resources. Na kuna mtu utapata yeye pale vinafanya tu vitu za ufala nini za tunazitanga ma clickbait. Zile za kuchukuliwa na blog, akifanya kitu lazima. But in terms of money,
okay, I think he has sealed this point in a very good way. The difference between popularity and influence. Let me come back to you, Ashy. COVID-19. I mean, until March, ilikuwa 30th, wakati Mutai Kwagwe alisimama hapo mbele akasema now we have COVID-19 in Kenya. We never thought, no one actually knew. Hata tulidhani ni kitu itapita anyway. Somehow by now we'd not be here. As a stand-up comedian, I'm sure you're one of those who are really affected. Just talk to us about the last 17 months for you.
So it has been tough, eh? Sababu nakumbuka that ndio public gatherings zikuja kuambande, tukue na show South Sea. Kila kitu imesetiwa, sound, stage, viti nini. Hiyo show ili have comedians were performing tu viti tu for the sake of TV. So from hapo tu tumekuwa tu na struggle a lot. So like if ukienda tu performance ukona tu lao yako maybe 20, kuna maharusi huku unaitwa unapigwa 1 chwani, so 2, 50, hizo tu tupate to public nini, then corporates. So hizo vitu sahihi hakuna. So unaweza imagine ule mtu tu alikuwa ameamua sasa mimi hakuna masomo ni hii na chapa. So then they have
and for anyone who is not getting the picture of how things were, let's just play this clip of you performing.
Unajua sometimes mimi usikia vibaya nikiona mwalimu anauliza maswali zingine hata hazi make sense. Sasa for example kitendawili ninacho lakini sikioni. Ni nini? Sasa kama wewe ndiye mwenye kio na ukioni, mtoto atakiona aje? Mimi niliandikia eti ninacho lakini sikioni. Tafuta vizuri. Eti tumia haya majina kuonyesha uhusiano. Nyuki na mzinga zinahusiana aje? Mimi naandikia kijana vizuri sana. Mandemu ananyuki wanapenda mzinga. Si inahusiana hapo? Went to seminar at Mombasa for the first time. By the way ndio ilikuwa mara yangu ya kwanza kwenda na SGR. Sikuwa anajua kuna business class na economy class. So mimi niliulizwa unataka class gani, nikasema physics.
Hiyo ndio ilikuwa maisha yako
aje? Hiyo tu ndio stories zangu hizo sasa. Hiyo direction hiyo tunaipenda tu sana hiyo. Yaani the normal person akifikiria hiyo kitu anaona huyu msee yani but sina mbamba tu.
Sasa 17 months umekuwa ukifanya nini? Bila harusi, bila nini?
So
harusi ni ya wase, ilikuwa wase 10 maximum. Baba yako hakuna mtoto kuita uperform.
Mazi. So nimejaribu kusurvive but I've been doing streaming live streaming so vile kulifungwa churches zikafungwa so then opportunity came so nikaanza tu kutumia the other knowledge now so I've been streaming for churches Nairobi, zingine Mombasa na hivyo tu ndio nimekuwa nikisurvive.
Najua Jaymo anataka kurespond.
No.
Shorn, kuna any connection between easy live performances kufungwa na wewe kutokea kwa scene ama ulikuwa ushajipanga?
Yeah, I feel like imempea a disadvantage but mimi imekuwa tu my advantage. Sasa. Yeah, 1 month's meat is another month's. So while they are complaining, us we are rejoicing because I consider myself as a pandemic baby. The people who are known as a result of this pandemic, because now everyone was forced to be sitting at home, and then what do? You need to find something that is making you laugh. You need to find something that is entertaining you, and that's how now we came in. So Mimi, I cannot really complain. I cannot say it has affected me in this way or the other way. Contrary to that, it has even made me make more money. Okay. Unlike them. So Mimi, I cannot complain.
Jaymo, let me just, wewe ulikuwa hapo.
No, you see what happened is like for example some of us peers your time content ilikuwa imeshika, more brands were coming, then COVID came. So most brands, if you look what they do, they cut their marketing budgets.
We don't see that side.
You understand? Kulikuwa na hiyo side pia. So what happened is kumbuka kulikuwa na layoffs mingi sana.
Yes.
Then companies zikasema what we are even advertising, people don't have money. So most budgets were cut. But then I think maybe after a span of like 7 months, they discovered, hey, we have to advertise, then our products will get out of market. We have seen big companies who never used to advertise before now coming to try and advertise and do business. But I think for me what COVID has taught me is there will always be a crisis. Na time ya crisis, lazima kuna watu hutoka wananawiri. You understand? A crisis also is an opportunity to other people everywhere. If you look even ukiangalia hata dunia mzima, kuna vitu mingi kama ukiangalia move hata pia vitu happen huko majuna nini. Kuna kitu imetokea inaitwa Versus. You've seen Versus. It's a musical show. It was never there. Right now it's one of the biggest musical shows na ni rap battles na nini. Na brands wameingia huko sana. So for me what I'm saying is kuna watu pia walikuja wakadevise new ways of making money. For example DJs. Ukikumbuka hiyo time ya crisis kuna platform itokea ma DJ wanacheza, wanaweka M-Pesa namba yao hapo na nini na watu wanatumia do mbaya. You understand? Even for stand up guys, there are people who made more money during that time. Because ukiangalia show mingi zilichange, hata ile ya Trevor Noah vitu wanafanyaga ilichange, anaifanyia kwa nyumba, amemea mandevu. Because you have to keep telling your stories. It was only ni imekuja okay sawa, I cannot stand before people tell them stories. Wow, how can I still tell my stories without standing before the people? Na pia tufike ile level unaweza encourage watu simu kwa mnakuja mnalipa show pale 400 ama 500.
Tafadhali.
Sasa si mtumeka so tu mkiwa tu mtaani na bado show ni
ile. So that's where your streaming comes in, Ashy.
Yeah, streaming. So I've also done for some friends comedians mekuwa tu akichapa tu Facebook live na people even kutoka majuu wanatuma hizo tu mapesa.
Yes. Yeah.
So aufai kukaa tu chini useme
maana. So but me I'm happy by the way the situation turned out that way. Sababu pia najua kitambo comedian alikuwa anajulikana ni yule msee wa Churchill. So pia sisi tunanindi kuwatch comedy tuchekeshwe, niangalie akisema nitapost.
Yes.
Niangalie Jaymo akisema msee ni aje bunda nini. Yani inani entertain sababu one thing na stand up mimi naweza sikiza msee wa stand up achape tu mstari kali but sitaicheka but nitaona hii mstari ni kali. So anani kitu itanichekesha. Content kama ya huyu ya Jaymo hivyo tu akina hivyo.
Na before social media ikuje hizi stories za kina Jaymo hazikuwa, it's either you make it kwa kina Churchill na show kubwa ama wewe si.
But me I'm happy by the way kwa pia sisi pale tulikuwa wachoyo sana. So I'm sure tuseme maybe wakati ikuwa ime trend ungejaribu ku approach msanii tu yeyote pale angekam tu directed yo angekuwa tu na kulenga tu yani.
Which is something that happened to me. severally. When I was starting,
Yeah.
I would send DMs. Naambia mtu, can we do something? Because deep down I knew I would do it. I knew I had potential.
Yes, the conviction.
You know, I'm like, something is telling me I can do this. I tried to do it in 2015, but I was like, no. And then I deleted all the pictures. Yes, I deleted everything. And then I went into hiding. And then later on, when the pandemic came, so I started sending DMs and like, hi, can we do something? The good ones will ignore you. The bad ones will see your content and change it kidogo na wafanye. And then I decided now I'm not texting anymore. Now I just want to keep on going and going. And then, unlike what most people might think, it's not even the artist when you wanna kuinua, it's the Kenyans. The more they share, mpaka those big artists now wanaona now inabidi because she's come up.
Lakini sasa, unajua ulisema stories za 8 months. Do ilianza kukama at some point?
8 months?
Yeah, after you 8 months.
Yes, lakini ile kidogo. At first, you know, you don't know these things, and then you get people who tell you, "Oh, come, let's give
you
you
with
hair. You are so nice. Can we give you a nice dress?" At first, you are so excited. But then you come to realize, at the end of the month, you have a whole closet na hujalipa rent.
Jaymo, hiyo kitu ni paying with what?
No, you see, me, I always tell every artist, just know free is expensive. If you call me to an event, I'll come buy myself a ticket and come to your event. If you want me to influence for your event, you pay me. You don't pay me in kind. You understand? And I think ukijifanya hiyo pia value yako pia inakuwa constant and you maintain it. When people know they can pay you with freebies, they take advantage. But as you're saying, sometimes you'll get excited. Umeitwa mahali fulani, umeitwa sijui wapi huko, umevaa kidogo jioni hata una maziwa ya kwenda home.
Exposure ndio nilikuwa natafuta.
You understand?
They pay you with exposure.
Yes, so like for us, we did videos for close to 2.5 years before we got our first gig.
2.5 years.
Yes.
That is somewhere that conviction has to come.
So ndio nakwambia, whatever we do, content creation, you have to be so consistent. You must customize people, you must program people. Watu lazima wapende, lazima tungoje kabla post kesho tena atasema nini. You understand? And then always remember ni wa Kenya. Some of us never have had godfathers. But now Kenyans ndio wanasema udema hivi tu wanasema mimi utaka kumsikiza. Unanielewa? Chalia kibiga pale hizo mahesabu zake na nini, I want to. You understand? It's Kenyans.
Wananchi ndio wanaamua.
Unajua watu wengi hao wenye unauliza kwa nini wasifanye comedy, ni wengi wanaogopa. Unafikiri watu watasemaje? Sijui ni, and you know your first haters first in many cases wanakuanga hapo karibu. The people will ask for an opinion and the one will trash you down and tell you hii kitu yako. Sasa watu wanafikiriaje? Share it. Sisi wa Kenya tunasema hii kitu yako inaweza ama iwezi.
Ashy, wacha nirudi kwa hii point ya COVID ndio tusisahau kwa sababu what happened is all of you tried to adapt as Jaymo has advised. Usikae tu hapo ungoje. And I saw so many of you go to YouTube, start to take your same content, unapeleka YouTube, hizo za live streaming umesema and all that. And I spoke to a comedian yesterday and he told me kufanya stand up sio same na kitu Shorn anafanya. Umezoea crowd. All of a sudden unaambiwa ushike simu hivi na uichekeshe.
Yani hakuna kitu ngumu kama hiyo. So kwa sababu umezoea response. Ndio ujue hiyo mstari ni kali, lazima watu wacheke. So una rely kwa audience sasa ndio wacheke, uende kwa the next point. But sasa uko hapo tu peke yako, unless uko tu na audience yako tu imaginary, but ni kitu ngumu. Kwa sababu wakati audience wanacheka inakumotivate. Kuderiva energy hivyo tu. So kuchekesha ukiwa kwa nyumba tu peke yako inakuanga ngumu.
So umekuwa ukifanya nini?
Actually, mimi sijakuwa perform like Facebook live. I've been providing streaming services. Kwa sababu nilikuwa na some knowledge ya computer, what streaming nini. So nikatake advantage. So sikuruse that much. So nikaamua, now let me do business. So streaming services. Kwa church na streaming service 9, 10, 12 hivyo tu.
Jaymo nataka kurespond. Lakini kabla respond niko sure unajua swali nataka kukuuliza.
Let me respond to what he said first. Mimi personally, I think what he's saying is very true. Mimi mwenyewe, I cannot stand mbele ya watu and start making people laugh. It's something I cannot do. For a very long time.
But you're always laughing in all your videos.
Because I laugh at myself. I can't imagine
That's
standing
the
and telling
creative
a
aspect
joke.
of, yeah.
For a very long time, it took me a while, after before I would record when my sister is watching. One person, I would literally send her out and just be like, I want to shoot. If you're in here, headphones as loud as possible, don't listen. And then I would lie like, I want you to like, we partake, you are fresh on the internet. But the thing was, I would shy. I would shy off and be like, what if, you know? And then with the time, saizi nime-upgrade kidogo, she can watch me, but I cannot do stand-up. And for a very long time, I would be like, oh my God, why are people calling me a comedian? I don't think I can stand and make people laugh. And so I think it's really the same thing. Mimi, I can watch someone who is doing stand-up na inichekeshe. But someone who is doing the same thing as me, most of the time I watch them like this. I'm like, that was funny. But when I watch someone like him, I'm a Jaymo, I feel like,
Unajua mimi kitu nimeland kama msanii kidogo, lazima tukuwe na kitu kingine inakupatia pesa. Let's first agree to that point. Or disagree though. Unaona kama venye anasema ako anafanyia streaming service. That is something else that he was doing, right? Si ni kweli? So even like for her, I know she's also something else she's doing other than, unaona, ukikuja kwangu lazima ukipata hizo resources hata kama zinatoka kwa hiyo ziweke mahali pengine. If a crisis comes, you'll have something that hold you and support you all that time when you don't have gigs. But that does not mean you'll stop creating content. Unajua wasanii kenye utuapenia, so ulikuwa unapata tu do yote kwa hiyo shughuli. Hiyo do inaisha. So tena hata morale ya kuproduce ile content yako inaisha, unapata una resources, uwezi itamtua kamera na nini na nini. But kama kuna kitu hata kana kupatia hata 1,000 ama 2,000 or whatever amount, you'll still keep continuing making content even when you're not getting paid. You understand? Because the point, that commercialization aspect ile inakujaga, do ikikuja tena do iende, kama ujielewi unaachanga kuproduce. You understand? And then others you'll see, hey, Msee alikuwa mkali, what happened to him? Or what happened to her? So lazima tuanze kuambia na ukweli that the money we get, hiyo pesa tunapata tunaanza kuchase nayo cloud. Kidogo tukate kwa cloud, kwa percentage, uweke kwa kitu kingine. Kesho unaweza amka uwezi kubonga. Na wewe unachekeshanga watu na kuongea. Utasongaje? So you must be having, for me I'm saying we must be having something else that we are doing that is also supporting you.
Exactly. And I think Jaymo has brought me to exactly the point I wanted to address next, which is the issue of sustainability. Because you might be shown right now, everyone is circulating your videos, but the next day, you're no longer shown. Msee Ashy leo, kila mtu anakuita kwa harusi the next day, Jaymo ametokea, ni mpya ni kijana mdogo, wewe wase wamekusahau. So what happens after that? And this is what we will talk about immediately after this quick break. But before we go, remember we asked you to be part of this conversation. The question was, do you think the comedy industry in Kenya is still as lucrative as it were before COVID-19? Do you think the business of comedy is still as lucrative in the new normal? And Chris Isindo says it depends on how smart you are. I think the panelists have addressed that. Princess Ruth said, making Kenyans laugh is not easy. Comedians should be given hardship allowance. Thank you, Princess. Wanyonyi says, comedy is no longer paying as it used to in the old normal. But the industry has seen an influx of upcoming comedians thanks to a lot of free time people have to do funny stuff. I think this is something we have agreed on also. Stacy Delvin says it's so hard to giggle during tough economic times. Thank you, Stacy. Mike Mwenda says, huku TikTok uwezi amini ni yeye ako innocently quiet. So many shots fired. Shorn. And Gilbert Ngetich says, very lucrative if creativity in it is highly attractive. Thank you very much, Gilbert Ngetich. And the rest of you who are sending your feedback, we'll try to make sure that we sample all of them. Keep sending them on Twitter at NTV Kenya at @VictorKiprop_. You can also do the same on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where this conversation is streaming live. When we come back, we talk about staying in the game, especially in a very competitive field like comedy. Don't go too far because Jaymo, Msee, Msee, Ashy, as well as Shorn Arwa are staying with me.
Customer preferences are changing daily. You wake up one day, an innovation has come up and the customer wants a service in a way that you've not delivered before. Textbook Center aims to provide service, products and solutions that exceed our customers' expectations. Partnering with Sandy Transport ensures that we are able to deliver on our promise of being more than a bookshop.
Did you know at Ruiru Mabati Factory, we offer free delivery within the same day? Did you know at Ruiru Mabati Factory, you can open an account and lipa pole pole at your convenience? Did you know at Ruiru Mabati Factory, you can get customized sizes according to your roof plan to avoid wastage? Call us now on 0111 050 700. Ruiru Mabati Factory, mali safi kwa bei poa.
I'm growing up, I'm growing into every moment. So if I
nurture the moment. Minute Maid Nutri Defenses, fortified with vitamin E and zinc to help improve your defense system.
Wow, thank you for your time. How juicy.
Juicy. Juicy fruit.
Lucozade. Energy to get through it.
You're watching Your World on NTV. This morning we are talking about the business of comedy in Kenya. Very exciting conversation with me in studio. Jaymo Msee is still with us. Of course, Msee Ashy is still with us, as well as Shorn, Arwa. And maybe even before we pick up, of course, from where we left, we can just get to play you a very interesting clip.
Leo mzee. Leo? Unaenda? Unamjua? Hapana, si tulimit tu, alisema tu tunaenda tu kuchill. Na utaenda na utampea? Hapana, wewe unajua mimi sipeanangi hivyo hivyo. Lazima nimweke 90 days kama invoice. Hii movie umeniwekea ni kali. Unajua hata kwa movie alichomeagi kama hizi. Napendanga hizi action mbaya.
Have fun, have fun. You're having a good time, right?
Movie inashika.
What Jaymo has just told us is how do you feel watching yourself?
Very awkward. I will not attend a meeting to watch myself.
Why?
No, okay. I think for me is maybe my beliefs as a creative. Like once I create something, niki editor wangu akinitumia ni verify nione iko sawa. After that, I want to think about the next video.
Okay.
You understand? The only thing I'll go to check, even like on my page or something, is what are the reaction of the people? What are they saying? What are the comments? Unacheki watu wanasemaje? Because sometimes you get some very good insights that help you to make the content better tomorrow. You understand? But in terms of the kind of watch, imenishinda kidogo. Hata nikitembelea mtu, you know, sometimes you meet someone like, wacha tu watch videos zako. I'm like,
wacha bwana, wacha.
I'm leaving.
Kuna hii nichekesha, wacha nikuonyeshe.
And I understand, but I'm saying for me, nikimaliza, ni kusonga.
Ashy, do you rewatch your videos before you post them, even after someone shares them back with you?
Me personally, I watch. I love watching my video. The only problem is when I'm on WhatsApp and someone has posted it, I don't know whether I should laugh. I don't know if I should now react and like, because I made it.
Act like you've never seen it.
Yeah, and you know,
I know what you say.
People will post it and post it. Maybe the first 3 people is okay. I'll be like, I'll agree with them. Sasa, I'm like, many post what? Am I supposed to keep on laughing? Because
at each one of you to show that my appreciation. But you've seen your clips playing on WhatsApp, but have you seen them playing on TV?
That's a joke.
Listen, don't ask me for my number because I will give you, but I will not talk to you. Okay? I will block you if you insist. Thank you. There are people out here who still think I'm going to fail in life. Keep on thinking, man. I come from a praying mama. I'm going to succeed. You just can't walk out of my life and come back like it's a toilet. You can't. I've closed the door. I'm not letting you in. Thank you.
Shorn, how do you feel?
I'm roller coaster of emotions right now because, like, you know, we've always wanted to be on TV and see yourself playing on TV. It's more like an achievement.
Okay, but really the same feeling that Jaymo has just watching yourself every other time, and then people share it with you. My director is actually asking if your clips, the jokes you make, are a compilation of your experiences.
Yes, most of the time, they are things that I can, you know, I can be sleeping and then I think of something. And then I'll just wake up and take the camera like, this guy did this to me. And then I make fun of it. Most of the time, it's something that I've gone through or things that I see people going through. Like there's this video I did, people be like, don't post. If you're traveling, travel in private and all that, I'll post. I was like, no. This is something that everyone says. Una post sana, don't post, do silent moves. When it comes to suffering, I'm suffering in public.
Okay.
Why is it that it's different when I'm supposed to like be happy? You know, if I'm happy, then it's in public. So most of the time, there are things that I feel like people might relate to. For example, again, if I talk about if you get out of my life, how many people have left you in strange situations and still want to come back because now you're maybe better than you were yesterday, or maybe they feel like, oh, she's on TV now. So I always say, if you want to walk out, you walk out now, but don't come back.
So, Ashy, ushaifanya joke ukajiambia hii joke ni kali?
Mimi unajua before ni perform, ikikuja tu najuanga hii ni kali. So inanichekesha tu mbaya. Peke yangu tu. Inanichekesha tu sana. So naenda naambia tu best yangu hapa, inamaliza, naambia tu someone else, anacheka. So by the time naenda kuiperform, mimi imeniishia tu ile kuchekesha. So ndio unaona na perform nikiwa serious like nothing is happening. So but me show yangu siwezi watch na watu, but sometimes mimi naendanga YouTube na watch tu shows zangu.
Kitu nishaijiuliza ni hii part ya like before when you perform on Thursday, you have to perform to more. I mean Jaymo and another panel. You part uko necessary.
Ni necessary, very very necessary.
Yeah, especially for what they do.
Itafanya ni kama joke si funny nikisema kesho.
One thing inasaidia kufilter content. Kwa sababu unaweza kuja useme kitu itatokea mbaya kwa public. Tumeifanya show to leave us ikazimwa. na Ezekiel Mutua.
Ala.
Katikati ya show. So ni vizuri. Then hao watu, najua kuna mtu anaamka sasa anajua mimi ni comedian. So wale wase wanakusaidia kukujenga. Kwanza kitu number 1, wanakujenga confidence.
Yeah.
Stage presence.
Yes.
Na kuperform hiyo mistari zako. Hiyo so hiyo meza inasaidia. Tunaitanga meza. So na hiyo tuipendi by them, but it's very important.
Jaymo, before click record kwa hiyo clip, fikiria kwanza hiyo joke vizuri sana hata unaweza rehearse.
You see even if we don't perform to people, you are putting something out that has the capability of being seen by millions of people. You understand? So as a creative lazima ufikirie ujue, what am I presenting? What issue am I tackling? You understand? Because ukiangalia kama video zetu mingi they are situational, kuna ka situation, social issues, things that happen in the society. So you must think, because ukiangalia vitu zote tumefanya ni vitu unajua. Hata vitu hiyo anasema ni vitu unajua. But anakupatia perspective ingine yenye wewe uko umefikiria. True or not?
Yeah, true.
So you must think, oh, this is the perspective, okay. How will I present it? How is the best way to say it? Ndaisema nikichekelea watu, for example, and then you must know, I want to present it in 30 seconds, or I want to present this in 5 minutes, or in 3 minutes. Those are things that you must think. Unajua ukianza, most of us tukianza, we were not professionals. We were doing it for fun. Then it gets to a point where you must now say, okay, I need to streamline this. Sasa nimejua, nimeonyesha watu nitakuwa nawapatia video kila Tuesday, for example. I must deliver that. So what kind of stories will I be giving out? And it all boils down to discipline. Sasa hapo ndo unajiweka discipline. Hata sasa ile ufeel uko creative, lazima upatie watu kitu. Si ni ukweli?
Yeah.
Because if you don't post, unajua sasa ulianza hiyo creative tu inakuja. Sasa kuna mahali nafika, you must research, hapo ndio unasoma, lazima uone news, lazima ujue Kenya kunaendeleaje. Kama uko unapenda kununua gazeti, unaanza kununua gazeti, unasoma, unajua, because your mind must get out there for you to create something very unique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acha nirudi kwa ile story uli highlight, the issue of longevity and sustainability. Kwa sababu unfortunately, just like what I do today, and what you guys do, and like kama kukuwa daktari, you can just be a doctor all your life. But for us, sometimes your success comes with the hype and whatever, if people are talking about you and whatnot. But unfortunately, we can't talk about you for 50 years. Sometimes the span is just for a few months. Sometimes for other people, it's 2 years. And some people successfully, depend on the strategies they have, they can stay in the game for like 10 years. So what determines how people succeed and how they stay in the game?
You see, I'll go back to a doctor's example. Hata doctors, every day they're handling new diseases. Si COVID imekuja. Si ni ukweli? So in future, kuna pia vitu zingine zinatokea, health issues that they need to tackle. That's why you'll see doctors regularly going back to school, refresher courses, sijui ameenda seminar wapi na nini na nini. As content creators, for example, we must invest in ourselves. What does that mean? Nimeenda mahali nimetengeneza pesa. Lazima nifikirie, what are the new trends tomorrow? How will I adapt? Okay, nilikuwa na tell my stories. Kesho direction ina change, nita tell my stories zangu aje. You must constantly reinvest in yourself.
Na hiyo pressure ya kureinvent ndio ngori kidogo.
Hapana, no. It's not actually reinventing. Why? You are creative. If you have survived today telling jokes the way we tell, tomorrow kukiwa na media mingine, you should be able to tell the same story or even a more advanced story. Ukiangalia sasa majuu watu wanatengeneza doni, watu walikuwa kwa industry pia kitambo. Pia walikuwa wameface wao. Hii time ya COVID wamekuja akasema, I think ni time ya kujidiscover. I'll give an examples of people like Jay-Z, for example. Labda hajatoa ngoma hii mwaka, but bado anatengeneza pesa. Because alitumia ile talent, akafungua biashara zingine, sijui anauza wine, sijui ako na Tidal, sijui ako na nini. Sasa akitoa album ndo na sisi wote tukaenda kununua. Unajua kwa nini? Because he's still a respectable figure in the industry. So even here you must package yourself ujue, okay, kunaenda hivi, because every time there will be new people coming to take your spot.
Ashy.
You understand? Every time, hata kesho kuna kijana tu mwingine atatokea mbaya kuliko Jaymo. And you must agree. So how do you sustain? You must keep investing in yourself and knowing, okay, now kuko hivi, so nitaenda hivi.
No, na sure nataka respond.
Yeah, just to add on what he has said, my brother-in-law Cliff once told me that as an artist, you have to understand there's something called boiling point. Ni kama maji. Inafikanga point, no matter how hard you boil it, haiwezi chemka past that. You know, and as an artist, don't think that itafika point sasa aujaisha. It will get to a point where people don't watch you anymore. People still watch you, but not as much as they used to watch you. Kwa sababu Asha amekuja, Jaymo amekuja, and all that. So you need to prepare towards that point. Ndio unaona, there are people who never prepared for that point, and now they are overdoing the crowd chasing, things that you are like, please relax. So me, I figured what you need to do is understand what works for you. Lakini usikwamie, ni kama komedi za zamani kulikuanga mtu anagonga kunywe kugongo. Squeezy, you don't do, ni kama yakina Nzojuang. It's not funny anymore. But now what do you do? You change. Mimi initially I started by doing story times on YouTube. People loved them. And then it got to a point where I moved from getting, let's say, 20,000 views to 3,000 to 5,000. Because after hizo story time, you realize that they have a particular curve. And the audience already understand that it's she's going to do this, she's going to do this, and then you know, and then with time it gets. So I decided to move from YouTube, go to TikTok. TikTok, you'll pick something that is trending leo, wache, pick something that people can relate with, wacha tena, pick something else, and then with time you will realize kama watu walikuwa wamezoea wewe unaongelelea vitu trending, now umewashtua tena na things that they can relate with. So with time it becomes that unaendelea tu and you still remain relevant.
Actually the same kwa startup.
Kwa sababu hiyo life tume-experience sana hapo Churchill show. Msee anatokea from nowhere. Anakuja sasa inakuwa ni yeye.
Yeye ndio anawekwa huko mbele.
Main show Sunday hapo. Kwa promo zote zina run. So inakaa mwingine anatokea. So inapandanga tu hivi.
Unasikia kuwakumbusha hata sisi bado tuko bado.
Unashindwa sasa sisi pia tumeanza mbele yako. So but we are never jealous by the kwa sababu it's a journey. Kwa sababu pia sisi at one time itafika hapo. Pia so inatakanga unatumia hiyo time vizuri. Unaikulia tu vizuri na ukiweka store. Isikuje ukikula yote. Ndio sasa ile time hiyo point itafika like hauna ile impact. Au jazi stadium. Unakuwa tu ile investment ulifanya unaweza take break, maybe ufanye vitu zingine, then come up na another kitu kingine kama YouTube ama show hizo vitu kama hizo.
Jaymo, mimi naona sustainability kwa njia mbili. One, in terms of the money that I get, making sure that I save for a rainy day, okay? But also in terms of sustainability of let's say the talent or the career itself. Kwa sababu I mean, Shorn understands this. Especially with the age of social media, there are people who just break through 1 minute. Let's say, let me give you I don't want to use a specific example. You see the way you say a certain phrase. What's your favorite phrase in your videos? Sema kama mini ule msee, and then somehow it trends, and all of a sudden everyone in the country is just saying mini ule msee. And you see corporate brands jumping on it. Kama wewe ni ule msee, you can take our loans. Kama wewe ni ule msee, you can buy our products. Make sure wewe ni ule msee.
It's not sustainable.
And then all of a sudden, after 3 months, Ashy anakuja anasema kitu fani akiwa Churchill show. Hiyo sasa ndio tagline ya wasee wote. And all of a sudden, ni kama tena career yako imeisha.
If you chase to trend, you'll never become a brand. You understand? Because kutrend haisaidiangi watu wengi. True or not?
Yeah, it's true.
You see, ukianza unaweza fanya hiyo video moja utrend. Then akuja afanye video ingine na ingine. Akipiga video 20-30 kuna audience sasa ishakuwa mafans wake. Kuna watu wanaona video zake na kuna audience. Brands will always be interested in this audience. Si hadi video za Jaymo zishaona na watu 200 hapana. Jaymo labda anaweza ongelesha watu 10,000. Hao ndio tunataka tuongeleshe.
Okay.
You understand? That is one thing. But in terms of sustainability of content, you must be a writer. Lazima usome zile vitu tulikuwa tunasema. Lazima uwe na content plan. Kama unajua utapiga, like for example the way we do, si tunajuanga tutapiga video 10 month for example. We write them down. So already that month you are covered. Whatever comes, whatever goes, uko covered. Ile month ingine utakuwa na nini? So bado kumbuka you are supported by kuna zile trends zinakuja au kuna kitu happen which you can jump in. You should be always on the lookout. It's like a business. Hapa kwenye simu mnachukuanga news. Kuna siku mchukuangi news?
Hakuna.
Si mkiacha kuchukua news ndivyo mnafunga. The same thing. If you don't as a creative collect information, utafunga duka. Duka lazima ufunge. That's for me how I. So for you to be sustainable, you must, sometimes chukulia usanii ka hobby. Alafu unasikia hata msee akijoka sema unajua muenda tu hapo na perform na lipwa. Lakini ukikaa chini ujua by the way maisha yangu yote nataka kuishi hivi ama nataka hii kitu initengeneze familia ama ifanye hivi. You should have an objective to your talent. Once you have that, then now utakuwa unajua hii hata wezi taka mtu acheze naye.
Okay. Yeah. But maybe Shorn and Ashy can respond to this, because sometimes you don't see that part, because sometimes you feel like umefika. As in when Jaymo.
That's why nakwambia hiyo kitu ya kufika hiyo, as I said, is a state of mind. The moment it gets to you, hiyo ya usanii ni kama power. You've seen some very powerful people in this country. Kuna time power inaingia. Then sasa mpaka unashtuka, why is this guy behaving like this? Then kidogo kuna kuja na msee na kasindano, ni kama balloon. Anapiga tu ting. So that's why sasa unaanza kuona headlines kiambia the once powerful PS, the once powerful minister, the once sasa ni the same na usanii. So if you don't plan, ikikuingia hiyo kitu, either uitoe or it will destroy you.
Ashy, ushaijipata kwa situation yenye au like unajua ushafika, you don't even think that as in kesho kuna vaa kukuwa na Ashy mwingine?
Nimeipiga show moja ikaenda
kasonga.
Kasonga. Nikajua bas. Mimi sasa naanza tu kuitwa kuja. Kumbe watu hawajanijua, like umeniona kwa TV but physically tunapitana nao naona hata watu
react.
Ajui ni mimi nilikuwa kwa show. Like kwa physically hawanitambui. So nikaona najindanganya. Siku nyingine tu nikafanya ka clip ya TikTok Twili. Kamoja kakustua umaskini na pesa mingi, na ingine nikianguka kwa crates tatu za nini za nini hiyo challenge ya milk crate. Ikasonga. Nikaona nimeanza kutrend TikTok. Nikashoot ingine. Iko na watu I think 75 sasa nimemaliza wiki mbili. Na hizo zingine zilikuwa 300k, ingine iko 250k. Hii ingine sasa iko 75, hata haijafika 100. So na si 100,000 moja mbili 75. So ningejindanganya eti ile nimeanza kuomoka pale, ningekuwa tu kwa depression sahi. So ifai tu jindanganye, wewe si the boss. Wacha tu wa Kenya wakwe the boss, wakuinue.
Ni kama venye msee utoa ngoma nyingine inafika 10 million, nyingine iko 100,000.
Yeah, hata mimi mwaitoa video ikakuwa na like 9 million. The next one had like 40k. And unashindwa angalia, wacheni kuochi sasa. Let's move on guys. Let's start watching this other one. Like it's done. Please let's, and then people also stick to that particular phrase. You're like, your phrase nimewacha. Tuingie kwa hii, and then you get carried away and then kwa like msiniongelesha mimi ni Arwa. At times you really just get carried away. You're like nimefika. You think that things are going to like work in a particular way for you, and then you have to remember that humility.
Jaymo,
being humble.
Earlier on you raised now the other part of this sustainability. Sasa upande ya do. Because unaweza kuwa stay in the game even for 5 years, but hujafanya kitu na hiyo do. And the next time ushaona hizi story, unfortunately, I mean, unaonanga tu pale Twitter this person is struggling nini tusaidiane. And in as much as of course you can't shy off from helping and all that, it's always so sad to see someone who has always made it up there na sasa hata kitu ya kukula ana beg.
So what's the question you're asking?
The question is how much priority should be attached to now this issue of longevity and sustainability?
You see, I'll still repeat and say, as an artist, you still a normal Kenyan who is earning money. So you, ukipata 50,000 yako, na mtu mwingine ameweka biashara yake hapa imenti, apate 50,000, you are still two Kenyans. Ukienda duka, prices are still the same. It's only wewe jueni msanii unaamua usinunue nyanya zako Githurai mali utasave unamuingia Kafu. Unanielewa? Juu wewe unataka uonekane kupiga strolling pale for example. The point is if you are getting your money invested. Hakuna mambo ingine mbili. Ukipata do yako ya usanii juu unaipeleka wapi? Kama unafikirianga I'm renting now, I'd like to build. Fikiria utanunua kashamba wapi. Unanielewa? Kama unataka ku drive, save enough, you drive. If you want to go back to school, you must invest. If you want to open a business, hizo vitu lazima ufanye. Because pesa usanii ni tamu sana. Lakini uenda ukuje ikiblink. Na unaona kama zile mataa, unaweza fanya hivi ni green, kidogo ni red, mbaya sana. And that's why I told you we have that temptation. I always call it makanga economics with all due respect to the makangas. Unajua donda wanganya yeye umetengeneza do kila siku. Nganya lazima watu waende bebe na watu lazima waende home. So kama yeye ulipoa dhao mbili, anajuanga hii dhao mbili ya leo hata nikikula yote, kesho nitakuwa na hii dhao mbili. So hiyo kitu bado ndio sutungia kama wasanii. Because unajua mimi nakulia talanta. So kesho watu wamenitafuta leo, kesho bado watanitafuta na wengine na wengi. So there is always a temptation of I've been paid $1 million for this gig. Wacha niingie wapi, nifanye nini, nichafue, ni change nini zangu, ati sana nikaepoa na watu wanitambue.
Shorn, wasi usema you only live once.
My friend, wenye tumefungiwa manyumba kitambo, tunajua you should not be, unanielewa? So you must know, you must plan. If you want to move from your bed sitter, you go to Kileleshwa. You must know, is this sustainable for me? What value will it add? Kileleshwa is a good place by all means. But wewe umemove vino hapo juu ya nini? What is your ukianza kujiuliza ngodo tu maswali ukiwa peke yako utajijibu. But unajua sasa wasanii unapata sasa temptations za maisha pia zinakuwa mingi. Unaenda mahali tu Jaymo. Sasa tena kutoa unacheki. So it becomes, if you don't know yourself, then you lazima pay bill mutaweka.
Shorn, are these things you have ever thought about?
Yes, those are things that I think about all the time. And for example, what most people might not know, let's talk about YouTube. YouTube pays for every 1,000 views, you get 100 bob. You need CPM,
I have Kenya. Just learned something.
Yes, around 100 and something. Now, 100, by the way, mnaigawa na YouTube. YouTube takes like 45, right? And then unachukua 55.
Okay.
So imagine for every 1,000 people who viewed, unapata 55 bob. Na kuna content creator pale mtaani akona views, let's say 2,000. Kwa hii video huyu jamaa akona so. And again, it's not a guarantee. This is for people who've watched the ad up to a particular time. So unaweza pata hata, and statistics show that only 50% watch the ad. The other 50 uvuka. So kwa ile 55 bob yako, possibly uko guaranteed kupata maybe 20 bob. 20 or 30. So let's say for every 1,000 views, you get 30 shillings.
That's very educative, and I've actually done the math. Na director to correct. For let's say you said 55 bob.
Yes.
Let's say per 1,000.
Yes.
So if you were to get 1 million views, it would be around 55,000.
Now imagine ule mtu mwenye alihaya, which is something I don't understand. I meet people upcoming kama mimi, akona watu wa kumproducia, watu wa kumfanyia nini? And I'm like, are you serious? Me, I shoot a whole vlog for 40 minutes with my phone. Nikiwa kwa street, I tell someone, please hold this for me. Nataka kutokelezea hivi nikikuja, please just usikimbie na simu, just hold this for me. I ask them, how much unalipa wase pesa ngapi? 20,000, 40,000, how much are you making? I was talking to Aziad the other day and she was telling me there was a video she made 300 bob on YouTube. Mimi on the other hand, I have a video that I've made only God knows what. Sasa it's up to you to like realize hii kitu nitaifanya aje ndio ini sustain. Because again, there's that passion. You're like, this is something that I really love. Unakuja na plan now. You say, for a week, mimi averagely ninaweza pata this amount of views, X views. And these views can only give me this amount. What's my target? My target this month, let's say ni 50,000, 60,000. then I need to up my game. I cannot, Jaymo anatoa video moja maybe every Tuesday. Mimi siwezi toa every Tuesday. Then me, I need to like toa them 4 days. A whole week unatoa video 4. You know, ndio ukwe na ile. Now that unaweza kuwa sustained. And then with time again, you take some amount, weka kando, like Jaymo said, anza biashara. You might not be funny at the 10 years to come, but your biashara will still there. Will still be there. Yes. In the next 10 years, the safari will still be there. Akode might not be singing. Lakini you'll be like, hey, ini akode safari is me with nini. A good example ni kama Rihanna. Rihanna doesn't sing anymore. True. Na saizi amekuwa billionaire saizi billionaire mani billionaire
dollar billionaire si
she's not singing anymore but Fenty Beauty is still making her money. So most people just get carried away with the fame and you're like mimi ni Shorn Arwa unajua but kesho Jaymo atatokelezea
na huyo ni Rihanna.
Imagine
na huyo ni
Rihanna
na mimi mtu wa
unaona hata Beyonce size as much as everyone I'm hype Beyonce size she's into business, she's doing the Ivy Park and all that and it will be very amazing if most of our content creators will also chill and face that direction. And in that note, me too, I have my own business. It's called Arwa Fashionix. We produce beauty products, black soap in case you have pimples, acne. Please support me.
Very
on my
smart.
Instagram. So that next year I don't come up with a pay bill here and say nimeshindwa kulipa rent. Yes.
You had her. Before we take this break, I'll allow you Ashy to just also.
So kitu nimerealize na Kenyans, they need msee anajimanage, anajua kujipanga. Wakuja tu kwa event yako, wakusupport nini, kesho yake wakuone kwa mtaro eti umeleo umeanguka huko, wana give up tu na hivyo. So wanatakanga tu ile time uko na kakitu wewe jipange tu. Ido ya comedy si ama ya events si ya kukura tu. Like for me ujiangalia, niko najiangalia when I'll be at 50 bado nitakuwa nachekesha. Naona maybe na nini anafanya kitu kingine either business ama vitu zingine. So ni kuangalia tu haende. Naona sasa kuna kitu Jaymo alikuwa amesema hapa eti kwa mnasema kulipona exposure. Hapo kwetu tunaitanga kupewa platform. Mimi nikuja tu ni MC harusi yako, uniweke tu chakula yenye bibi harusi anasaviwa high table hapo sasa. Unilipe tu na chakula. Juu umenipea platform ku practice nini yangu. Nikuja kwa show. We kuja nikupea platform hapa kuna wase wa big. Na sasa mimi nikikuja maybe sijajua value yangu. So nimeambiwa platform nakimbia hapo nichekesha watu na kumbe yule msee ametengeneza pesa mingi juu nimekuja maybe watu niko na ka influence but mimi sija realize. So pia ni poa msee kuji understand ajue mimi value yangu ni hii, audience yangu ni hii. Ujue sasa like
Jaymo 30 seconds
Okay. So mimi naweza ambia wase tu mtu kwanza anajipanga then anaji-identify. Ajue audience yangu ni gani. Na hivyo
I think to add to his point is unajua pia wasanii wengi we don't have the business acumen. There are two things of being talented and knowing how to do business. So sometimes pia ukiona mimi ni mkali kufanya usanii but sielewi business, look for a business development manager. Usitafute ama manager wa kwa Kiki na Cloud hao wenye wakipigiwa simu wanaanza kusema vitu hata wewe mwenyewe huwezi sema. Someone who will know how can I monetize this talent I've seen in Shorn. You understand? Because kama yeye unaweza pata yeye mwenyewe anajua how she can become, si ni ukweli? But unapata hata ukienda majuo na venye wao sio wameguro, kuna time inafika unaona wewe ufikiri biashara but you still talented. So you also need to sit down with people who understand how can we monetize on this. I think those are a challenge to us artists that we can look up to.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a proper dissection by artists, comedians themselves and content creators of Kenya's comedy industry at the moment. But how does the future look like? That's what you need to find out immediately after this break. Don't go too far.
Thank you.
you on Nyota. Pata channel sita zaidi when you pay for more than 1 month on Nyota Bouquet. Enjoy more entertainment on Nyota.
Your baby's quite active. After I discovered Morphix, I rediscovered my baby. She's jumping and running around.
Well, we call that the Morphix Comfort. Thanks to its elastic side bands, Morphix provides freedom of movement for your baby. All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Morphix. Fresh fried ginger has ginger oil, which is good for a healthy living lifestyle. It combines wonderfully on salads, stir-fries, when basted on roasted meat, or simply sprinkled on your favorite dish. Now available in 250 ml, 500 ml, and 1 liter.
Dental experts are raising an alarm that the prevalence of dental fluorosis is increasing.
In every 10 people, 4 or 5 have dental fluorosis.
We were drinking borehole water. We didn't know that it had so much fluoride in it.
Dental fluorosis affects you from the time you're in your mother's womb, when your mother, probably a pregnant lady, takes water with high fluoride.
When we were socializing with people, the first impression of them was, this guy has discolored teeth.
Get a 2-bedroom apartment at cash 7.5 million and a 3-bedroom apartment at cash 8.5 million. All units are ready and you can purchase an apartment with a tenant and start enjoying immediate returns on your investment.
Ni super poa kuvaa barakoa. Ni super poa kuvaa barakoa. Je, unajua kwamba mtu yeyote mwenye umri wa miaka 6 au zaidi anaweza kuwa superhero kwa kuvaa barakoa? Ndiyo kabisa, anaweza! Kama hujafikisha miaka 6, usijali. Wewe pia unaweza kuwa superhero kwa kuwakumbusha ndugu zako na wazazi wako wavae barakoa zao. Kuvaa barakoa kunasaidia kujilinda wewe na kuwalinda wengine dhidi ya virusi. Ni super poa kuvaa barakoa.
This week on The Trend,
alikuwa anaimba kama promotion ya kampuni yake. Ndio aonyesha watu ukipepeta zile makaa zinaweza waka, unaona?
with DJ E on the ones and twos, Kosa Uchekwe.
You never live till you risk your life.
The Trend in association with Oppo Reno 6.
Kenya has made significant progress in the HIV response as evidenced by declining new HIV infections and AIDS-related deaths. However, Kenya, like her peers in sub-Saharan Africa, has experienced socio-economic disruption wrought by the twin epidemics, that is HIV and AIDS and COVID-19 pandemic. In light of the foregoing, Join us this Thursday, September 9th, 2021 on the Nation Leadership Forum as we discuss the management of concurrent epidemics of COVID-19 and HIV. We will be geared to find out what is the importance of COVID-19 vaccines among people living with HIV and AIDS and other comorbidities such as TB. What is the Ministry of Health's strategy to address misinformation out there hindering many Kenyans from getting the vaccine? Where can citizens get correct information to differentiate between myths and facts? And what is the government's strategy to address universal access and coverage to vaccines? Nation Leadership Forum, in partnership with the National AIDS Control Council, in conjunction with the Coalition for Health Research and Development, AMREF Health Africa and the Kenya Red Cross, presents NLF from 7:30 p.m. Thursday, only on NTV.
Lucozade. Energy to get through it.
Thank you for staying with Your World on NTV this morning. I promised you this conversation will continue to be exciting as it has been for the last 1.5 hours. We are talking about the business of comedy in Kenya, especially during this period of the COVID-19 pandemic. What have, of course, our comedians been doing differently, and what can they do differently? What does the future look like for the comedy industry in Kenya? And Jaymo and Ashy and Shorn, before we even talk about the future, sometimes the future, most of the time, the future is actually informed by what we do now. If I am going to be in this game in the next 10 years, it has to be informed by what I am doing right now. And that's where most people go wrong. I think you have a lot to say, Jaymo.
You see, you know, when you're starting, kuna kitu mbaya sana ukuja inaitwa excitement. And there's also another thing I called believing in your own hype. I think is the worst thing. Believing in your own hype is when you believe, yani wewe, hii kitu utaifanya na uifanye, and you'll just manage it. But there are a couple of things that you need to do to make it sustainable. Unanielewa ndugu yangu? Like, you need to know, nikianza naanza, do I have a purpose?
Yeah.
If you don't have a purpose, don't start it. If you are starting it because ulifanya kitu moja jana accidentally ikashika, and then all of a sudden you're believing, look, I'm going to be the next big thing, just stop it. Ni safari. Are you ready to walk the steps? Are you ready to consistently do how jana venye ulitubamba? Kesho, are you ready to take the challenge ya kutubamba na hiyo kesho ingine? If you have that in mind, go for it. If you don't do it.
Okay, my problem with the story ya safari, Jaymo, no offense about it, is sometimes Ashy amepiga safari amekuwa. Unasema ulifanya hiyo kitu miaka ngapi? 2.5 years.
No, before you got yes, our first gig.
So 2.5 years wewe unapiga tu hii kitu. And then Shorn anakuja leo amefanya clip yake moja imetrend, kesho anapata endorsements ameingia. I mean, career yake ime take off. How am I supposed to continue being in this game?
But you see, what will determine whether Shorn will go on, because kama amefanya hiyo kitu imetrend ameanza, ataisustain ama ataisustain. You understand? Msee anaweza piga hivyo hata 5 years. But one day akuja angukia kitu apate $1 million contract. True or not? True. Wewe hata kama umpata nini ngapi, because yeye ni professional, wewe umeangukia. Unajua kuna tofauti. Sijui kama unanielewa Kenya nasema.
Bahati.
Si ni ukweli? So you see, like for her, ameifanya. Yes, she started on TikTok nini, but unasikia hata YouTube zilikuwa bado amekuwa akiifanya. So even when she starts reaping her money, she's a professional with what she does. If clients approaches her, atasema, yo, I know what I'm doing. Wewe ukiangukia leo utakuja Yesu pate, after that kuna client akuja, what can you do for us? Hauna kitu kingine ya kutrend. watu wataenda kwa ule professional. That's the difference.
Okay. I mean, Ashy, one of the other problems with this thing of longevity is that, and I think, I mean, Jaymo has just highlighted it, ni kuna wasi ufanya comedy because wamejipanga, wanataka kufa, wanajua umali wanataka kuenda. Alafu kuna mimi ule niliona, Ashy alianza kuchekesha watu. Oh, ameanza kupata dojo ya hiyo. Hata mimi nataka kuanza kufanya kama Ashy.
Hapo sasa ndio utakuwa umekosea. Sababu me like for me, mimi niongelelea. Me tu naweza chekesha tu hata uniambie watu ndio hawa. Kuja uchekeshe. Mimi naweza kuja tu nichekeshe. Furaha yangu ni nisimame mbele ya watu
na watu wacheke.
Hiyo tu niende tu home. So ina depend sasa aim yako ni nini. So ukikuja kufanya kama Ashy eti nataka kusimama mbele ya watu wachekeshe, uende usimame hapo ipande mlima ukose kuchekesha, ni hivyo uta give up useme comedy ilipi. Unaona? Then another thing ni mtu tu kujiidentify content yangu ni aina gani. Msee tu ukiangalia pale like in Church Show tulikuwa Wameru like wane, kuna mimi, Jasper, Ichi na Jesse. So sisi tuko diverse. Content yangu na Jasper ni different, ya Jesse ni different, ya Ichi ni different. So hata mtu atujui anaweza sema ule Meru mrefu, ule wingia kindansa anasema yo. Huyo atajua ni Jasper. Mwingine akuja sema kuna ule Meru accent yake ni ya Kimeru anafanya homework. Watu watajua ni Ashy. So msee tu anafaa tu identify tu line yake. Nisikuje tu kufanya tu kitu ndio nimeona Shorn amefanya imetrend, acha pia mimi nianze kuchukua. Nione Jaymo anashoot kwa gari nini, wanachukua namba ya dem nini nianze kushoot vitu kama hizo. Kwa sababu watu wataona I'm the second person, kuna original ambayo ni Jaymo. Na hakuna kitu mbaya nijaribu kuimitate Jaymo ama Shorn alafu niifanye mbaya.
And most of the times hawezi ifanya vizuri.
Because una imitate msemo mwingine.
Like sometimes I wish I would tell people the stuff that you say. Then I would they would kill me. Unanielewa? But unaona yeye artistically akona hiyo njia ya kurepresent because it is in her. You understand? The originality.
Mimi nikijaribu kufanya nataka clown.
Wewe sasa hata hapo utafutwa kazi. Remember why are you making you understand? So when you have the conviction, na ikona hiyo originality is what take people to places.
Niko shock kwako kwa social media ndio hizi fakeness inakuja mingi sasa.
Kwangu kwa?
Pale social media and platforms like TikTok and YouTube is where now this whole much more of the imitation actually comes.
Yes, really. TikTok has been an amazing platform for me. But now the problem, just to add on what he's saying, you're not, I will say, you're not allowed to do something because someone is doing.
Yes.
A good example, I did a video and I got almost 10 million views. Take a wild guess, how much do you think I made?
10 million on TikTok?
Yes.
Mimi nitatumia ile red card yangu ya YouTube sasa ile ilikuwa 55.
No, it's not the same.
I made 0 bob.
Yeah.
I didn't make anything.
Yeah.
So if nilikuwa where utaona that clip because it was everywhere. Literally it was international. Europe, everyone was doing it. Guys were like, oh, wazungu wanafanya hii nini and people were thinking maybe I've made it. But I made 0 bob.
Why?
But did I stop? No.
Yes, that's what you need to hear.
Why didn't I stop? Because it's the passion and I know 4th floor is as a result of 1st, 2nd and 3rd floor. I'm building a foundation. It will get to a point whereby the name Shorn Arwa peke yake will pay my rent. I've not even talked. But the problem with our generation is I call ourselves the microwave generation.
Allah.
Tunataka
instant.
I want to, there's no way I'm thinking I'm doing a video that will give me 10 million views and I get nothing. How? Now that's why people are like, oh, comedy is not paying, a lot of us are being depressed. No, be authentic. Kuna ule atafanya apate 300,000 atapata endorsements. You know? But with time, like Jaymo said, are you popular or are you influential? What are you building? Are you building popularity or do you have a plan to be influential up to a point that if Safaricom has a gig, you are the person they're looking for?
Okay, I mean, yeah, you want to add?
Kitu nataka kuongezea is people need to understand the concept of building a brand. A brand is built consistently. Name for me 5 big companies you know in Kenya.
Safaricom, EABL, Airtel.
EABL wameuza pombe miaka ngapi? Hiyo Tusker wameuza miaka ngapi? For them to become, you understand what I'm saying? A brand is built. That's why nilikwambia leo unaweza toka hapa nje respectably utoe nguo. Utembe mpaka huko Kenyatta Avenue wapi? Story inatokea NTV presenter walks naked in town. Na ipeano jina yangu. You'll be very popular, sindio?
Very. Very trend, people will be jumping, watu watakuwa wanatoa nguo. It's a trend now.
You understand? Is that a brand? Will you have a brand?
No.
This guy will tell his jokes. His venye anasema hiyo style yake. Ikifika mahali watu wanasema Ashley. Si ni ukweli? Huyu ndio.
Na watu nusu wamemuongelea.
Unaona venye amesema jina tu yasema unaonanga today kwa hii forum utakuja na watu wanalipa 10,000 per person. One of the guests will be Shorn Arwa. Kila mtu ako hapo. Watu wamelipa kabla uongee. Because of the brand you have built. So once you know, do you want to build a brand? Do you want to trend? Do you want to be famous? Or kama hizo vitu zote unataka, kama ni brand unataka kujenga, hiyo lazima ufuate safari. Usio usidanganywe.
Can I use trending as a shortcut to becoming a brand?
It's a wave. It's just a wave that will go with time. Ni kama most of my ladies and most of us, inafikanga point now we want to use our body. Just and then we are trending but you cannot see the same body leo casual
unachoka
how many girls came up as a result of either doing nasty stuff and showing their bodies. Now where are they now?
And talking nasty.
I know of so many people who became famous as a result of that. They even have more followers than me. But are they influential?
No, they are not.
Who thinks of them when they want to promote brands?
Or a product.
You're going to get mediocre products.
Actually, what I'm thinking is we have people who are trying to do things because someone else did it and they succeeded.
No, me I believe tengeneza kitu itanivuta. Like for example, naweza tumia tu example ya Shorn na Jaymo. 2 weeks ago tulikuwa na trip Ndiani. So my guys wakaniambia hebu tutafutie ile clip ya ule demo anasemanga nitapost. So walikuwa naweka hiyo kwa status ya WhatsApp, then wanapiga hizo mapicha tumeweka. Wanaziweka hapo.
Picture after picture.
Picture after. Wanazipost hapo. So sometimes back nikiwa kwa nyumba nikiwork, so I used to watch shows on Jaymo sana. TV wameenda kwa hoteli, Demo amekuja na mabeshi wake, Jaymo analipa tu bili yake peke yake, yani vitu kama hizo. So mimi nikikuwa bored nikuwa naenda wacha ni watch Jaymo leo amepost nini. So nikitaka kakitu kadogo tu kakuneni kakunichekesha akili, naweza ingia kwa timeline ya nani niangalie. So inafaa create tu yani kitu unique. Kwa nini nikuja ni watch Jaymo? Kwa nini nikuja ni watch Shorn? Kwa nini watu wakuja ku watch Ashy? Yani vitu kama hizo.
Jaymo, because we're running out of time, But I've just remembered something that is raised a very valid point, which is the issue of you can't, sometimes I've seen people who you can't be a comedian for the whole of Kenya. People just pick up, I don't know, is it segments you target, maybe it's your community or a group of young people. Your segmentation wakaje?
Hiyo lazima ujue soko yako ni gani. Soko lazima uielewe. If you don't understand your market, then you not know the direction. You see, I ask you 5 examples of company in Kenya. When they want to innovate, wakitaka kutoa brand, for example ya pombe, ama watake kutoa branding airtime, kulikuwa na ya 1,000, wanaona tukiweka ya 50 tutashika soko ya watu wengi, si ndio? It's the same thing, lazima ujue mimi ukapcha wase wangapi. Na unajua if you use any social media tool itakupatia metrics. Itakwambia watu wengi wanaona content yako wako Bungoma.
True.
You understand? Watu wengi wanaona content yako wako Kisumu, wako Nairobi, wako hata diaspora itakuonyesha wako wapi. So it's for you to decide, do I want to expand markets in those areas only or do I need to concentrate on this and become the powerhouse in this location or this region? So that's what I'm saying. Ukishaanza, it stop being a hobby, it becomes now a science. You have to make decisions kama mtu anafikiria vizuri. You still serve people the same content, But now I think ndio nikuze watu wa Mombasa, maybe I need to go and do her video ya nisipost nikiwa Diani. Si ni ukweli? Ndio kuna mtu anasema ule unajua ule dem alikuwa hapa ameposti, umeona? You get another new na lazima pia usafiri kidogo. Unajua wasanii sasa tena usipige jokes. Nimejifungia pale Burutu napiga jokes. Wacha pia watu kwa kuone ulikuwa Kisumu. Okay. Yeah, so you must think about that audience spread, segmentation, know your fans and serve them. Unajua ukiona watu 10 wanapenda githeri, wacha kupika nyama watu wawili. Endelea na ile githeri ya watu 10. Manielewa Kenya nasema? Because sometimes we get carried away as an artist. Unaona, let me leave this my 50 fans and go serve some 2 important guys here.
Unafika huko kumbe mwenye
so ukikuja hawa walikuwa tu ni hype. So the ones these 50, me I always say concentrate on these 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful discussion. But we're running out of time, so I'll give each one of you at least 30 seconds to give us your closing remarks. I'll start with you, Ashy, especially on the issue of future of stand-up. Many stand-up comedians right now wako nyumbani, wanajiuliza sani aje. Just to talk to them about the future now that we still have COVID around, but it's not going to be here forever. We're starting to see vaccines as well.
So chenye nazaambia wase wenye wanataka kuanza stand-up wasiweke pesa mbele. Waanze tu kufanya, itajipa tu siku moja tu itajipa. So then let them start somewhere. Sai Facebook iko, YouTube iko, free of charge. Wasianze sasa kukuja hapa NTV. Kwanza ukikuja NTV sidhani kama wataingia kwa gate. Masonja wako hapo, si ndio? So but pale ni kweli by the way, but pale YouTube, Facebook, I shoot kitu tu aweke hapo. Sai simu ziko clear sana kama kamera zingine. Wa shoot tu kitu waeke hapo, ndio ile siku atakuja NTV Msee ataangalia huyu Msee amekuwa akifanya hizi vitu na zinasonga. So mtu asifikiria nitakuja tu NTV ni aambiwe cameras ndizo hizi. So Msee aanze somewhere.
Shorn, parting shot.
What I'll only say 2 things. One, no one is coming to save you. You are going to save yourself. So don't wait for let's say Jaymo akurepost ublo.
Okay.
Don't wait for the big fish to post you. Keep pushing. If you feel deep down that you can be a comedian, you can do anything you want to do, no one is coming to save you. People will only come after. No one is going to come and wake you from your sleep and say, I have a feeling that you can be a comedian, let me just post you. No, you have to start. 2, we have everything that it takes. You have a phone. You don't need to have a whole studio. You have a smartphone. You have a natural lighting. Me, I didn't start with ring light and all that.
Yeah.
You just need a phone. Airtime, buy ile ya 20 bob, ile airtime, badala ya kutuma SMS sijui nini. Keep on posting. Eventually, you will reap it. It doesn't have to be now, but keep on trusting in yourself and keep on posting. There will be one video that will be worth all the other videos that you've been doing.
Wonderful. Jaymo.
Yeah, first of all, I think a big thanks to our fans who to watch across the world and everywhere and share our videos, comments, feedback na kila kitu. And also a big thanks to my fellow panelists wenye tumekuwa na wenye wanaendelea kufanya content. I'll say something, ukizoea kutumwa sana ama ukipenda kutumwa sana, you will forever be a messenger. But ukijituma and you take the risk, you must take the risk. There are no rewards which are enjoyed by people who don't take risk. Hata kama risk ilikuwa ni kuvuka barabara, lazima utake risk mahali magari zinapi, hata kama ni kwa zebra crossing. So for me, I'll say every young person who is out there is an opportunity for you. The world has become a digital village. If you feel you're a content creator, start doing it. Hakuna njia mbili. Watu kuja wacha nikuje tufanye video ni nini? That's not how it works. Kitambo ndio ulikuwa need connections. Right now you don't need any connections. That's what I would say.
All right. You don't need any connections, and I think he's speaking right into the hearts of very young people who are aspiring, of course, to join this industry of comedy. Very lucrative, but there are quite a number of challenges that you need to understand to be able to sustain be your game in this industry. Many thanks to my guests this morning. We've been talking about the business of comedy in Kenya and what the future looks like. Msee Ashy, thank you very much, as well as Shorn Arwa and of course Jaymo Msee. Social media handle?
Msee Ashy. Kila mahali Msee.
Kila mahali. Shorn.
Shorn Arwa on Instagram and TikTok. On YouTube, it's Shorn Slay Queen.
Shorn Slay. Jaymo mina najua yako.
Jaymo ule Msee. Zote kila mahali.
And mine is Victor Kiprop _ on Twitter and Victor Kiprop elsewhere. And please support my career. Hata mimi naamini I can be a comedian. That's where we have to leave it this morning. I don't know why they're laughing, but many thanks to also you for keeping us company for this conversation. Very interesting conversation. I believe it should continue even offline. From me and the entire team, Arnold, the director, and everyone else, Elsie, the producer, it's goodbye for now. And God bless.
It's been amazing.